Guys, and welcome to my channel. Do me a favor and hit the like and subscribe button if you haven't done so already. So I have some good PPP news update. So let's go through all of the quick changes. I know a lot of you email me questions. So we're going to first dive into new changes for PPP Draw 2. A lot of you have already received one and you're trying to obtain two, and there's a lot of changes if you're trying to obtain two right now that you need to know. So let's go through this. PPP Loan 2 revenue reduction. So a lot of people ask about this. What do I need to show on the PPP Loan 2 application? So when you get to Loan 2, they're going to want to see a 25% loss of revenue for the full year or quarter over quarter. So all businesses looking for that second draw, they're required to certify that their business experienced some sort of revenue reduction of 25% or greater in 2020 relative to 2019. Or if you're a new business in 2020, you can compare Q1, quarter one, the first 3 months of the year, to any other quarters in the year and say, here's my revenue reduction. So just to recap, you can compare quarters, or if you were in business in 2019 and 2020, you can compare year over year as well. So that is what they're looking for here. The numbers that you enter in 2020 must be 25% less than the numbers you enter in 2019 for the first quarter, year over year. Again, if you were a new business in 2020, you won't see the 2019 there. You'll only have 2020 to compare it to, but that means that the first quarter compared to the second one should be 25% less than the first one, so that you check the box and say, yes, revenue declined 25% or more. So that's what it's looking for there. Once you get your numbers together, you're looking for your gross sales, and you say, okay, my gross sales in January, was X amount, and then 25% less in, July, the second quarter. Just get your numbers together and do your math to do the 25% reduction there. The next documents that they're asking for, so now they're asking for you to prove that you had a reduction. So it's not just simply stating you had a reduction. You're going to need to prove it now. So they give you three options: quarterly statements, accounting software statements, or bank statements. Okay. And the quarterly statements, we're going to go into an example. Looks something like this. This is a sample quarterly statement template that you can download. Notice it says, if I go back, quarterly statements or accounting software statements. So not everything has to be generated by an accounting software, right? There are Excel templates such as this one that you can download and put in your sales. You can put in your beginning in inventory if you have inventory. You can put in your expenses and all of your payroll information here, and manually have Excel kind of do some formulas in Excel and add these numbers up for you, and then have it compare over here in the total line. And this would suffice as showing the bank or the lender, hey, here is my quarterly income statement. The income statement basically shows all of the income and expenses relative to that quarter, and you're comparing it quarter against quarter. You probably want to do a quick calculation to ensure that the two quarters you're comparing meets that 25% reduction. This is a simple template, guys. You can download, Google quarterly income statements. It will come up. There's lots of Excel templates that come up. So there's lots of free stuff out there as well if you do not have access to an accounting software. Another one I'll show you really quick here is going to be a accounting template. This comes from an accounting software. It's an income statement that does it for you. So if you have an accounting software, in your software somewhere is the ability to compare an income statement quarter against quarter. So there's already a comparison statement that you should be able to generate in your accounting software. It'll look something similar to this, and it'll auto-populate all of those numbers that you have for your business as far as revenues and cost of goods and expenses. So your accounting software will do the work for you. It'll be as simple as just running a report, printing it out. Now, if we take it and we say, hey, I want to use my bank statements, keep in mind, we're going to talk about it in just a second, that your bank statements must show a reduction in deposits by 25%. So you would literally have to provide 3 months worth of bank statements for the first quarter, 3 months for the second quarter, and they'd have to show a reduction So if you want to go the bank statement route, that's what you're looking at there. PPP Draw 1, qualification. So the most asked question when people email me is, do I qualify for Draw 1? Here's my situation. And they give me their whole life story. But let me tell you, it's really simple to know if you qualify. I'm going to go through it really quick so you know if you can get PPP Draw 1. If you have a current ID, front and back that you can take a picture of, check. Do you have a February 2020 bank statement? When I say bank statement, Chime counts, PayPal counts, any type of bank statement, even if it's a prepaid account, will be accepted by the lender. And if you are a single member LLC, a sole proprietorship, or independent contractor, meaning you own the business by yourself and you don't have any employees, you can use a personal bank statement. And hear me again, Chime, PayPal, and all of those prepaid statements do in fact work. The other thing you're going to need is a current bank statement. So some lenders, not all, require you to actually give them a current bank statement just to show that you are still operating. The purpose of the February 2020 bank statement and the current bank statement is to show that you're still in business and that you were in business. They are not looking for a specific amount of deposits to prove your gross receipts. They are only verifying with these bank statements that your business is still in business and was in business in February 2020. Does that make sense? I hope it does. So then we have the business bank account. You don't need to have this to apply initially, but because you can use a personal bank statement from February, right? But when the lender goes to fund you, okay, if your business name is your personal name or you're an independent contractor who gets issued a 1099 in their own name, you can fund your PPP loan to a personal account because the loan application will just be your name as the business name. However, if your business has a separate name than your name, such as even though I'm a sole proprietor, I do business as a DBA as a different business name, I will need to open a business account because whatever business name is on the application, that's the business account they want to fund to. So hear me again. You can use a personal bank statement to apply, but when it comes to fund you the money, if the business name is anything other than your personal name, you will need to open a business bank account and provide a direct deposit form, a void check, or a letter from the bank just stating that here's a bank account, an XYZ business name with the account number and routing number, and you can upload that to get funded. So I hope that that helps you guys. And then the fifth thing you'll need is a tax return filing. Why do I say this? You can apply, you can get funded, but you still at some point, remember guys, need to file a business tax return for 2020. A lot of people are filing their taxes and a lot of people are filing personal taxes. You will need to file business taxes. And if you've already filed your personal, there's a few unique situations you can do. You can amend your personal return to add the Scheduled C. You can use, if you're an LLC, you can elect to become an S Corp and do an 1120 return, which is separate from your personal. So you have a couple of options and you should consult a tax preparer. You guys can email me at dgalang@powerxaccounting.com. It'll be in the description of this video, my email. So go ahead and get that going. So, but just know that eventually file taxes on the business, because if these people come back and they ask you for proof that you file taxes, make sure you're covered and you filed and you've done everything the correct way.